Hello and welcome to the Valley Preview. I'm your host, Alistair Dwyer. To be sure, it's St Paddy's Day Eve at the Valley this Friday night, and we will witness a sea of green descend on the racecourse with Irish fun and entertainment for all ages. The Cayley Rogues Irish Band will take centre stage in the beer garden, and the Macaleer Irish Dancers will have all those on course entertained, coupled with a fantastic 8-race card which includes the Group 2 Hacer Group Alistair Clark Stakes and the listed Schneider Electric Able Stakes. We'll also witness the penultimate running of the Ladbrokes 55-second challenge with Heat 15 to take place, with current leaders in John McMillan with Mile High and Jerome Hunter with Angry G, hoping 55.12 will be good enough to hold on over the coming Friday nights. The track, it enjoyed a very light sprinkle of rain during the week with plenty of irrigation applied. The track, it's currently rated a good 4 and the rail will be in the 4-metre position. Two more Irish people you won't meet in Ladbrokes resident rainman Tom Hackett and the Valley's Ben Spall. Well, they're looking for some Irish luck on Friday night. Let's see if they can find us a winner or two.
Thanks a lot for that, Alistair Clark, St Paddy's night. Can't wait for that. We're going to dive into the feature race shortly. We've also got heat number 15 of the Ladbrokes 55-second challenge and a good edition of the listed Able Stakes. Tommy, great card all round.
Exactly right, Benny. The feature obviously is going to be an absolute corker, but there's plenty of depth right throughout the meeting. I think we can find a few winners. Let's
have a look at the Hacer Group Alistair Clark Stakes. Of course, it's over the Cox Plate distance of 2,040 metres for the 3-year-olds. 6 Cox Plate winners have previously come out of this race. It has a fairly rich history. Cliff's Edge, quality's probably standing at the top, isn't it, Tommy?
Yeah, Benny, I do think Cliff's Edge will be very tough to beat. He has run well at 2,000 metres in the past. He won the Ladbrokes Classic in the spring and wasn't disgraced behind Ali Wissier in his only other start at the Valley. He was entitled to give up late like he did in the Australian Guineas. He set a very, very quick tempo. He still wasn't really disgraced late there in what was a really strong race, and I don't think he'll have to go anywhere near as quick as he did in the Alistair Clark Stakes on Friday night. I think he should get a fairly soft lead here. I think he's going to be very tough to beat.
Lavindi will have his admirers. The horse who probably hasn't quite come up this campaign, has been racing a little bit subpar. It was a horse in the spring that they rated along the likes of Royal Symphony. Probably hasn't quite lived up to that, but if he happened to bounce back, he might be able to run a cheeky race.
I think the main danger to Cliff's Edge, Benny, could be Astoria. Has clearly been crying out for the 2,040 metres as preparation. Was given a fairly poor ride last start in the Autumn Classic. That probably cost him the win, but he really ran some really pleasing closing sectionals to suggest that he really is looking for further. I think he'll be the horse charging at them late.
Well, Belfast is an interesting horse and also has an interesting name as well. Of course, the northern capital of Ireland is Belfast, ties in with our St Paddy's night. Belfast is a horse I really like. It's a Busselton horse on the way through. Thought it was a really good run at Caulfield after a luckless run at Morphettville. Think it's a horse that can progress and run a good race here on Friday night. Tommy, who are we tipping? Who's the investment?
Benny, I'm waiting for the lucky last. Race 8, number 11, Mujadil. It's $100 on the nose. Was really impressive last start at Pakenham. He's a horse that has improved each time that he's been seen at the races, and he's a typical Darren Weir trained horse that I think will just keep working his way through the grades. He'll just keep on winning. He maps to get an absolutely dream run into this race with the informed Mark Zara in the saddle. I think he can send us home a winner.
I like the confidence, Tommy, and I'm hoping the luck of the Irish rubs off on me here as I just put on this fashion accessory, if you like. I'm tipping a horse called Cliff's Edge. You said all the reasons before. You've talked me into it. $100 goes on Cliff's Edge. I think it's the way to go in the feature event. Tommy, hope the luck of the Irish rubs off on you as well, mate, and we're on the board with a winner for St Paddy's night.
Thanks, lads, and good luck with your tips this week. For more information on Friday's race meeting and our huge William Reid Stakes finale next Friday night, jump onto thevalley.com.au or simply call us on 1300 The Valley. I'll see you at the Valley on Friday night.